Hi everyone, welcome along to the webinar. Um, Thank you for joining me today. If I could just get a quick sound and screen check, that would be perfect. So if you just let me know in the chat if you can hear me and see my screen, then we can get into the webinar shortly. Perfect, thank you. It looks like that is all set up right. So I'm not going to start straight away. I'm guessing if you're in here, you saw the email that was sent out about the issue with the registration that we had. So for some reason, the Zoom webinar wasn't accepting the registrations that happened. So anyone who registered in the days leading up to today wasn't actually registered for the webinar. So we put out another email to let people know to re-register and a Facebook post as well to hopefully get people in. So if you are here, I hope that you saw that and it helped. And apologies to anyone either watching on the replay or who's here now who that caused some inconvenience to. Um, but yeah, we'll give people a couple more minutes before we kick off, just so they can see the email and the error that we experienced, and they can join, and then we'll jump into it. And as I mentioned in the post and the email, there will be a replay. So no worries if you have to run out anywhere or you join late. Then this will be the complete webinar. We haven't started yet. It'll be from start to finish. So yeah, no stress there. So while we're waiting then, how's everyone doing? Let me know where you guys are watching from. I'm actually back in the UK now, so if any of you have been on my previous webinars over the last 5 or 6 months, I was actually traveling around South America, and luckily I'm able to keep my job while I do that. So I work remotely, 100%, and yeah, still able to do my normal day-to-day work and host the webinars every month. So that was a really great trip. Had some really good experiences, but yeah, let me know where you guys are from. I'm really interested to see how far and wide the audience stretches today. Hi, Jan from Stockholm. Wow, very nice. I'd love to get to Stockholm sometime. David from snowy North Yorkshire. Yeah, I was actually thinking we might get snow a bit further south, but yeah, it hasn't come. I don't think it's cold enough down here. I'm like just outside of London, so we probably won't get any. But I did see there was some snow warnings for up in the north. Hopefully you're keeping warm. Wendy from Ontario, Canada. Wow, how exciting in ski country. Limited of loads of snow on the slopes. Texas, USA. Bahamas, wow, very nice. Hi from Singapore. In Michigan, another in Ontario there, Canada. Wow, amazing. So good to see a nice wide reach there. And yeah, I hope everyone's enjoying the show today from a nice comfy spot. And I think we'll actually kick things off now. A few more people have joined, and we have got the replay as well that people will be able to tune into. So no one will be missing out if they are interested. Okay, so today's webinar then, it's focusing on membership sites, but it's more going to be looking at, we'll go through some basic setup of the membership site, what you can do with the membership site, and we'll also look at how to attach your membership site to a sign up form. So what I mean by that is normally you would be thinking of a membership site as something you sell. So you would set it up in Convertri as a product, but we're actually going to set it up as a lead magnet on a opt-in form. So let's have a talk about some of the theory behind that then. So why would you offer a membership site for free? Well, reason number one, it generates curiosity about your content. And this does kind of tie into number two. But depending on what you're actually giving away as part of your free membership site, as part of the kind of lead magnet version, you can tease what's coming in the paid version. You can let people know there's more to come. And in that way, people are going to be a bit more curious about your content and therefore more likely to purchase the full version, as opposed to you offering a paid version straight away and them not being as willing to give you their money for something that they're not actually familiar with. So by offering a free version, you then can see this increases the desire to purchase full access to the membership site. So if you see maybe a training course that you're interested in, most of the time, if you get a chance to have maybe a free trial or like free access to the first module, that's going to give you a good sense of whether or not the course is for you. And hopefully, in most cases, it will let prospects realize that actually this is something that they want to pursue and that they want to purchase. So in that way, offering memberships as a lead magnet can both generate curiosity and increase the desire to purchase the full access. And thirdly, it is, of course, a great way to collect leads while providing value to them. So similar to the first two, but looking at it from a different angle, as well as giving something to your customers and increasing their chances of purchasing. You're also getting valuable customer information. You're getting email addresses, names, all of these things you can use in follow-up marketing. So that be email automations or, one-to-one reach out. You can actually collect information by offering value in the form of, content, similar to what you would do with an ebook or some kind of short video, by offering perhaps 1 or 2 modules of your membership site for free in return for the user's email address. You're getting that information which you can use in the future to either retarget them to the full access of the membership or maybe to some other offers that you have as well. And in that way, you can start to build up your list of people that you can connect with, which is, of course, really important stuff. So any questions about that? Is anyone feeling unsure about why maybe offering part of a membership site is a good idea? Or does anyone have anything they'd like to add on that front? Cool, looks good. Looks like everyone is happy. So we'll move on now to the membership setup within Convertri. So how many of you, if I could just ask in the chat, if you could just let me know how many of you have used memberships in Convertri or even knew they were a thing, that would be really good insight. Yeah, I can see a few people saying that they weren't aware it was available in Convertri. A couple of people have used it, but not really like been selling stuff. They've just been playing around. And David looking to use it but hasn't yet. Yeah, so we've had membership sites actually in Convertri now we're coming up to a year. So it was implemented at the end of March in 2023, and we've been adding features over the past year in that area, along with, of course, other areas of that. It's definitely something you can use and will give you the basic membership functionality. We're very open. We don't have, the full functionality that you might get with some dedicated membership builders. Obviously, Convertri primarily is a landing page funnel builder, but we thought this was a really useful addition to the app. So we'll go through it now, and we'll have a look at how we can set up a membership site, and then we'll look at connecting it to a form on a page. And before we do that, Stephen has asked, what if free access could be integrated with a lead to a paid subscription? Is that possible with Convertri right now? So you can actually set up the product to exist in a way that it has like a free trial period. I'll show you the setup at the end, but yeah, it is possible to do that. But this one, what we're looking at here is slightly different. So in that way, with the free trial setup, they would still have to give you their credit card details, but they wouldn't be charged until, say, like 7 days. So they'd get a bit of time to use it, but then they would be charged. So with the form setup that we're going to look at now, there's no requirement to enter any payment details. They would just need to add their email address and maybe their name. So in that way, it's a bit easier to get the lead information versus trying to actually make a sale still, even if you're offering a free trial. So the memberships area can be found in campaigns, and then over on the left, we've got memberships here. So if you go to memberships, this is where you can start to build out membership sites within Convertri. So to do this, you just need to click create new, and then you enter your membership name. So I'll call it Lead Magnet membership site. Obviously, I'm sure you could have a better suited name for your actual lead magnet, but just for the sake of making sure it's clear what I'm using this for, we'll have it as that. And then what you need to do if you want to set up a membership site, you do have to have a custom domain. So they'll only work with custom domains that you have on your account. So you'll need to select one of any that you have connected. So I'll select the one that I've chosen for this webinar, which is convertringmembershipswebinar.com. And we've got this note here, which is basically letting everyone know that this is where your membership site will be published. So it automatically gets published to the domain /members. So if you already have a page at that path, it will be automatically unpublished and you'll need to republish it under a different path. So that's just worth bearing in mind there when creating membership sites in Convertri. So I'll hit create now, and that will add this to the list. And then I just go to edit, and that will take me into the membership site builder. So the way these are built out, it's very on Rails. You know, you create your modules. So create module over here on the left. I can then put module 1. Let's go with just choosing a niche, as that will be our module title. So I can call it this. And then you can see that's displayed there as the name. I can then create lessons within that. So how to choose a niche. And these lessons are then stored within the module. I can collapse them and expand them to see. And then I can actually click on edit to start adding content into my membership site. So we've got two options, edit on both cards, but we have that twice. So one is for the module, and this is essentially for like the module homepage. So what I can do here is add maybe a summary, what the module is going to include. I can add a description. So I could say this module will cover how to choose a niche for your opt-in funnel. So let's say we had that. I can then turn on show module homepage, and this will appear as the first page whenever someone clicks on module 1 within my membership site. So I'll just hit save on that. We could add a video as well, but I'm not going to do that in today's one. And then for the lesson, you can add content in a similar way. So if I click edit again, you'll see here we have options on the right for add text, add video, add image, and you can also attach files as well. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to add my video content, and I have already uploaded it into my Convertri account. I can use YouTube videos if I want to, as long as they are mine. So I can add the video URL, and that will bring the YouTube video in. But today I'm going to use one from the list of videos I've uploaded. So I'm going to choose opt-in course module 1. And the reason for that is that this is a training course that we put together. So it acts as a good example for something you might want to give away as a lead magnet. You know, the basic idea for this course is that we're going to walk you through setting up an opt-in funnel from start to finish. So what better thing to offer as a lead magnet than module 1 of that course, which will then allow users to understand how to choose a niche. They'll then start to think more about actually going on to the next steps, and then hopefully they'd be more inclined to purchase the full version. So I've added my video, and this is my course content, if you will. And what I'm going to do as well is add a file, and I'm going to upload one from my computer. So I'll also upload the PDF version of module 1 of the opt-in course. And that way users have a choice if they want to view the video content or download the PDF and work through it that way. So you can see we have got some good functionality in here. You can add, like I say, videos and files. You can also add text. So I might want to add some text in here that is in the heading 1 style and says, welcome to lesson 1, choosing a niche, like so. And then what I can do is I can reorder this so that it appears at the top of my membership site, as this is the order in which content will actually be displayed on the site itself. So you've got your text here at the top, and then video. If I wanted to add something else like an image, I can do that. I can then choose from my library. So if I just add as an example, the screenshot information about me, that would then appear below the video. I can reorder the content using the arrows again, and then delete will just remove it. So very basic how you add your content, very simple and easy to use on that front. And you do have the option to add both text and video as well. So I'll then save this. Once I've saved it, I can come back to my main content area. And you'll see here we have this site URL and it's not been published yet. So what I can do is publish it. That will now be live. So if I click to copy and go to the site, you'll see here that this is an auto-generated login screen. Now, anyone that wants to sign up for the membership site will be then sent automatically an email, their email address will be their email login, so whatever they sign up with, and they'll be sent a auto-generated password, which they can reset by using the forgot password option. So that's what happens when someone signs up. I will show you that in full. And for now, we'll just focus on getting the membership site set up on your opt-in page, and we'll come back and look at memberships in a bit more detail at the end. I think that makes sense. So we've got our membership site, we've got our module 1 and our lesson 1 here, and this is going to act as our lead magnet really for the membership site, or we're going to be giving this away for free. So we're now going to go back to campaigns and we're going to create a new funnel, and we'll create a funnel from scratch and we'll just call it membership. Then we're going to select the domain that we had it on. Now it doesn't have to be the same domain, but it does help with consistency, but you don't have to have the sign up page on the same domain as the actual membership page, just to bear that in mind. So I'm going to create a new page now, and I will use a opt-in template. We have loads of templates available, and you can filter through them to show like different types. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to choose opt-in page single, and then I'm going to choose one of these that I like from the list. So I'll go with the, let's go with words. So this is the one we'll be using as our template, opt-in, like so. And I'll do the same thing now with the thank you page. And this will allow us to set up the opt-in for the membership site. So we'll select that as well. Thank you. And these two pages now are going to be where our prospects land and sign up, and then they end up on the thank you page. So we'll connect those two. We'll go in here and start editing our thank you page first so that we can publish it and we have the URL for our opt-in page to redirect to, and we can edit the text as well. So thank you for signing up to the free module, like so. And then we can actually add a link here if we want to our members page. So we have GPS. Just check what the domain is again. So converttree.memberships.com. And we can then add that in and add members. And what this will do is it will open the link in a new tab, and it will open the login page. So that way someone can easily access the login page. They do have a link that's sent to them in the email as well, but I think this is a nice touch. So we'll add the label go to page, like so. And then you can either edit this as you like, or if you wanted to remove it, it would work fine as well. So we'll publish this one now. And we can then go back to our opt-in page. Here we can actually start to put this together in a way that advertises our free module. So rather than to download, we can have sign up to the free module to discover, and then we can edit this as we like. So how to choose your niche without pulling your hair out. So, you know, we're offering there a solution to the problem which people might struggle with choosing their niche. So you can see we've got on our opt-in templates, we've got some text here that we can replace. So we've all had to deal with the struggles of choosing a niche. Choosing one yourself would mean, you know, wasting time or even picking a bad niche. And then you can see this guide, we can change that to module, shows you how to choose a niche easily, quickly, and we'll take out the training because it is a training course. You'll discover how to decide on the best niche, how to avoid oversaturated niches, and the key to successful opt-in niches. So you can see we've made that page now very relevant to our lead magnet, to our membership site, which is going to be free. And all they need to do is enter their email address and then hit the sign up button, which we would need to make sure is set to say sign up, and make sure the button mode is on sign up as well. Once we've done that, our opt-in page is pretty much ready to go. And we can have a look at the mobile version, which has been already done for us, which is perfect. And then if we go to forms, we need to now set it up to our membership site. So we will still want to connect it to an autoresponder. So if we choose something like ActiveCampaign, just for this example, and then, you know, use a list that we have set up, that's fine. What we can do after that is make sure that we have our thank you page URL set up. And this means when someone signs up for the list, they'll be added into that list. In that way, you're collecting their email. So you've collected the lead and they're then redirected to the thank you page. But what we need to not forget about is adding prospects to Convertri memberships via the memberships tab here. So to do that, I'll just click on this one and then I'll click lead magnet membership. And that will now, not only will it add them to my list, it will also sign them up to the membership site. So we're going to hit done on that and we'll publish this now at opt-in 1 and hit publish. And if we now view the page and sign up, you'll see we are sent over to the thank you page. And if I now go to my emails, which I will just open now, you can see we've got this email address automatically sent out from our lead magnet membership. It says, thank you for signing up. To access your exclusive content, click login and enter the details we've given you. So it's got my email address and then it's got the password as well. And if I click the login page, I'll be able to enter my email address and paste the password and log in. And you can see here, now we have our module 1, choosing a niche. This is the text we added into that screen. So this is the module homepage. And then we have a list of lessons within that module. And if we click start on lesson 1, that will take us to the first lesson, which is choosing a niche. You can see here is the video content, nice and clear. We've got our title And on the right-hand side, we have the file, which if we click, will open the PDF. So I saw someone asking in the chat, where does that go? That is exactly where it goes on the membership site. And yeah, that is the setup essentially from start to finish of how you connect a form to a membership site and offer free membership site content. So whether that be, as I've shown in this example, for lead magnet purposes, or if you just want to offer a free course to collect leads, that is perfectly fine as well. You don't have to upsell onto a full course. It can just be done to give free access. So is there anyone that's got any questions about any of that setup? Anything they'd like me to go over again, or questions in general about, memberships and form setup? So David's asking, can you use membership sites for any niche? Yeah, I mean, to be fair, David, membership sites can really be used for anything as long as you're offering some form of content. You could even have a ebook and you might want to lay that out in a membership site. That way people work through it in like modules and lessons rather than scrolling through a PDF in chapters. So not just that, any niche could be used for a membership site. If you have information to provide on weight loss, fitness, marketing, or maybe a home craft or gardening, anything like that, you can compile that into a membership site. As long as you've got the content to do it, you can definitely add that into a membership site, no problem. So Chandra's asking, where did you get the membership template page? So in terms of the actual membership skin and the theme, like what you're seeing here, this is automatically generated. This is our first membership theme that we've offered, and you can edit like the color scheme, but in terms of the layout, that's all done when you set up your text and stuff in the membership area. If you're wondering about this module, like homepage part, that was done. If we go back to the membership site, it might be worth actually looking at it now we've seen the finished product as well. So you can see here we've got our module 1, and then if we click edit, that is for the module description here. And if we go back, you can see it has the module title, it has the module description, and then it's automatically listing the lessons. If we go back into the lessons, you can see we've got our title, and we've got our video content, and we added to the file as well. And that has all been added to this screen. So we've got the lesson name, we've then got our welcome text that we added ourselves, the video that we added, and the file over here on the right. So you can see you can add content to the main section of the page, and you can add files to the right. And in that way, you can offer it in a variety of forms to the users of the membership site. Yeah, so Howard's asking, can memberships also be set up to accept payment for members to join? They definitely can. So essentially, all you'd need to do that's different from this setup is instead of adding your membership site to your form, you'd need to go to cart. And then if you was to select a product that you have or create a new product, and you go to membership here, you then connect it to a membership. So if I go lead magnet membership, and then product name, I can just give it the same name. I can then just set the price. So I can set that to be $1. And if I create this product now and go back to my opt-in page, I could change this so that instead of it being an opt-in page, it was actually a checkout page, and we could connect the product to the page here. And in that way, we would be able to charge for the membership site. So all you do is select it from the product list, lead magnet membership. And if you then attach that to this page now and change this button to be a checkout, then if we have a look, on the preview, add the email address. You'll see now you have your lead magnet membership, and in the exact same way that we just signed up for the site for free and was sent the email, this email here, you'd receive exactly the same email if you bought the membership site in this way as a customer. So you can definitely set up as a product and accept payment. You just need to do a slightly different setup regarding setting it up as a product rather than attaching it to the form for free. And Chandra's asking if we have drip feeding. Yeah, we do have that feature available. So I think what I'll do now is a more generic overview of memberships while we have a bit more time. So if you do have any questions about memberships in general, please feel free to get them in. I'm just going to add another lesson. So we'll just call this lesson 2, and that way we can show you the drip feeding feature. So to set up drip feeding, what you need to do is on the lesson that you want to become available after a certain period of time, click on More, go to drip settings, then turn the toggle on, release content after a specified number of days, and then enable this option to gradually release content instead of giving it all away at once. If I then put 5 days and click Save, this lesson here is now only available 5 days after someone signs up. So if I go back to the membership site and refresh, you'll see here lesson 2 is now here, but it's locked and it says available in 5 days. So I can't click on this. It won't let me access it. If we go back, you'll see in here as well, it's actually locked as well. So that's as easy as that to set up drip feeding, drip content in membership sites. And it's a really great feature and thing that you can do with your content. And that way you're keeping your users engaged. You know, if someone logs in and they see that there's a load of content available, they're probably more likely to stick around and come back and see what that is when it does become available. So in terms of managing members, we have a members area. You can see this will contain people that sign up. So at the moment, you can see that is myself. I can delete a person and that would remove their access. I can edit. So if I want to add their name, I can add my name in there and update it, and that will update the card as well. I can also manually add a member, and that will send them an email automatically when I do that. It would be as if they'd signed up or purchased the site themselves. And I can download the prospect list here so that I have the details, you know, if I want to import it into a autoresponder or something like that. Yeah, so the drip feature, Chandra, it works as I just showed you. So it's showing that there's content locked, and you can see it here in the navigation bar. In terms of what you're asking there about where you can only see the chapter or lesson after finishing the previous lesson, it's not something that we have it set up for at the moment. You can still see that the content is there and it's locked and available, but we'll have a look at maybe editing that in the future. And then lastly, we have the settings area. In here, you can see we have the theme. So this is where you can change the colors. So you can change the main color, the secondary color, highlight color. So that would be main color would be this navigation bar. Secondary color would be the white that's on top. And then highlight color would be this light blue, which is used for breadcrumbs, buttons, and that kind of thing. And then the text color as well, which is set here to be, I believe, black, or oh no, it's the same as the main color. So we'll go ahead and edit this now and we can see what it looks like. So if we go for a maybe like a deeper purple, something along those lines, we'll keep the secondary color, which is the text, as white. The highlight could maybe be like an orange. And then the text color, we can use the same. So if we go RGB values, you can edit them on here. So we could go 126, 1, 2, 3, 4. That'll give us the exact color. And if we then click save and refresh this, you can see that has now changed. So it's updated to match the theme. So you have a nice level of customization available there. So if you do want to change the color of your membership site to match your brand, then that is not a problem. You'll be able to do that quite easily. And we can also add a few other things like a logo. So you can select an image. This will open up the image manager. So you'd be able to select a logo. For example, if we selected this one, it might be a little bit undersized. Yeah, I can see there it's not the most ideal size, but that will also then appear on the membership site in the top left. So you can see we've got that here. The favicon is for the tab. So again, if I wanted to select, let's say that same image and then refresh, the tab favicon will change as well. Hopefully you guys can see that up there so that it's on brand with your brand. And we then have a members only toggle. So this can actually allow people to access the membership site without having to sign up, completely for free. If I turn this off, then it means that anyone who has the link can just go in and see the membership site. So what would happen is if I turn the toggle off and someone went to my domain/members, they would then be redirected to the first module page here, and that would be allow them to actually access the site in full for free. So you do have that option as well, if you do want to give content away for free. And lastly, we have a show link, which is for our support email. So if you want to add a support email onto your site, you can turn that on, and that would then actually put the email address of your support contact here, and anyone who's using your membership site would be able to click on that, and it would open up the mail to a modal where you could then send them an email. So that way you can get your customers engaged with you. If they have any problems, they can come straight to you for support. So that is a general overview of membership sites. Is there anything anyone else has to ask before we start to wrap things up for today? No, we don't have quiz functionality yet for membership sites. That is a good suggestion, though, I think. We obviously have Quizletry, which is our sister software. So you could tie in a quiz to Quizletry and link out from your membership site. There's the opportunity to put hyperlinks in and that sort of thing. So you would potentially be able to do that. But at the moment, we don't have the functionality of adding quizzes within a membership site. So Jan's asking, is it possible to give access to just one lesson for free? So you could set it up in a way where you're giving access to one lesson for free in the way we looked at earlier with the sign up or with the even with the members only, but that would then give access to any other content that you have within this specific membership site. We are, however, in the process of developing a feature for access tiers, which will tackle that problem. So essentially, you can have an access tier where they get access to maybe one lesson, and you can set that product to be a free, free to buy tier. So what would happen is each access tier that you set up would be technically a separate product. So you could sell them all separately. Depending on what the customer bought, they'd have access to different stuff. So if I had module 1 and lesson 1 was my tier 1, I could set that tier 1 product up to be, free. And when I offered it to people, I could set that up via a form or via purchasing. And then I could add my next tier, which would contain lesson 2 as well, which maybe cost, $5. And that way they would be essentially separate products and giving access to different things, but all within the same membership site. So that access tiers ticket is in the works currently. I don't have a date for release, unfortunately, but it is, I think, almost through the design process. And after that is when it goes to the developers for discussion and planning. So hopefully in the not too distant future, we will have access tiers available in memberships as well. And that will give you extra functionality to do those kind of things there, Jan, that you ask about. You're very welcome. All right, is there any other questions then before we finish up for today? Okay, I can't see anything else coming through, so I think everyone is happy to call it there. I hope you all enjoyed the webinar today, guys. If you're watching on replay and you have any questions, feel free to email at support@convertri.com, and we're more than happy to answer any questions about membership sites or anything else related to Convertri. And yeah, have a great day, everyone. Hope you all have a good weekend as well. And hopefully I'll see you all around next month for the next customer webinar. Take care, guys.